Tipo.
And
Tipo.
so I went and picked up her situation.
So you were doing bookkeeping for how long before you?
Well, it was 6 months and
Oh, is
almost
that
a
all?
year. I mean,
Okay.
it wasn't a
I
whole
wasn't
year,
gonna drink
Yeah.
it.
but it was
Okay.
it was part of that in the end of the
year.
year. And then we started in the middle of the year. In fact, we'd helped her get. The show she had was.
You can get
Oklahoma.
him. You can get him and bring him here.
And here she is, a week or two away from
Was it Dixie High School?
Dixie High School, and had not gotten the senior building.
I cannot let
So
you
I
go
go in there and I
outside.
get her helped up with that.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
then
do
we
need
take over her
shoes.
classes, and the superintendent comes and sits in the class, checks me out, and then says, "Okay, we'll give you a contract to finish out the year, and then let you take the option to go teach at the new school, Pineview, when it opens."
Okay.
And so that shows you. So
And that was 80. That's 80. When did Pineview open?
what is it, 86 or something like that? Or
Yeah.
so anyway,
Bronwyn.
Bronwyn is a junior that year, and then is a senior when we go to Pineview. And so she's in the class, and so here I am teaching things like yearbook. Never taught a journalism class in my whole life. I'm, a literature.
You just had to do a lot of planning, I guess.
Well, there's a lot of running by the seat of your pants.
But you can tell he
here.
filibuster really good,
Come here. Good boy.
right?
So
Yeah.
So anyway, we did that and then went over and then had to start the program at Pineview, and then taught there for
He's out, isn't he?
10
You play
years.
with him?
midway through those 10 years. We decided, man, we're not
Do you
getting
like lobster?
any support, or at least what I felt was good support, and went into the principal and said, you know what? I can see those guys out there playing football, and he's got 2 or 3 people supporting him, and he
Yeah.
only has to work for about 2 months,
Yeah.
if that much.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is you either pay me the equivalent of what you're giving him,
Uh-huh.
increase my pay, or you give me more help, like you've given him, or you give me a break in the class structure so that I have another preparatory page so I can do the work.
Mm-hmm.
And
You went with the last option?
then the last option was,
Yeah.
the librarian wants to get back in the classroom. I'd be happy to take his job. Why don't you go down and talk to him? I told you what they thought of my job.
No?
So I go down and talk to the librarian. Yeah, that sounds like a good deal. So I switch and become the librarian.
Because you were sick of being abused and
Well,
taken
yeah,
advantage of.
I was,
Yes.
it was a 20-hour day job.
So you just switched with him?
Well, he went into the classroom. I don't know. He was
I don't
a
think
sociology
so.
or
But he was said
something
that.
like that.
We've got
And
a,
that's when Kim Whitman was hired to take my job.
Oh, okay.
And I became the librarian. And because I was in the school and went into the library and hired as the librarian, it made people who were quote unquote librarians not too cheery, because I did not have a library degree.
Uh-huh.
But over the next year or two, I got my certification by going back to school, and she went with me, took some classes at SUU,
Uh-huh.
and did that.
And
then
what year was that when you became librarian?
Librarian, probably.
Or do you remember when your
Sorry,
kids,
Dad's on
what
a
kid
roll.
was in school with you?
you need to get your kids down.
Well, let's see. I remember being told that I was a bum by Tiffany Abrams. What year was she?
Why would she call you a bum?
Because she wanted me to
To
stay as
stay.
a drama teacher.
Oh.
It was.
She was mad that you were
She was
leaving.
mad that I was not going to stay in that position.
Because you were good at it.
Yeah. And so she was a junior and would be a senior the next year when I became.
So she met Kim.
Yeah. So she did her thing with Kim. And granted, had I stayed there, yeah, she'd have got a better experience. Because
No eagle there.
no, there's no because first of all,
You were more
she-
experienced, yeah.
there was an experience level, and there was also an understanding of the. See, Kim made a good director. In a certain way, she was a copier, instead of going out and designing your own scenery, she'd follow the practice that she saw from her dad in BYU. Her dad was a professor there. And so she'd get these things that made her look pretty good, but she really did not
Create them.
create original designs and create the thing from scratch. And that's the case today. And so when we go to her shows, I find myself very critical of the blocking, the development, the continuity, the kinds of things that were part of my practice.
Yeah.
But she still does a good job, and I have no skin in it, really.
Are you done telling your story?
But anyway, I don't know what year that was. I'm just telling you. It happened.
Oh,
It
yeah,
happened.
school.
Was Nick in school yet?
Yes.
With you?
No, let's see. He was. We were still there at Pineview when I was probably a librarian at the time.
No, you were the librarian when I came in. Nick was heading out. He must have been Michelle Abrams' age.
He may have been. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have been Michelle's. It'd been Tiffany's probably.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah. And
So Rhett was gone. Though. Rhett was already graduated.
yeah, Rhett, I think was out there. And so when you came in, was the year that
You were the librarian.
I was a librarian.
That he became librarian, or that?
And
Same
and
year.
then I went to Snow Canyon, and that was the year that you stayed and became a senior.
95. 94, 95.
And I was the librarian for about 4 years, I guess, there at Pineview. So about 1990, I guess.
And meanwhile, back at the ranch,
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I don't know.
Driving me to dance
Well,
class.
and here's what happened to us:
Yeah.
is that before then, as a drama teacher, we were consumed.
Yeah.
But as soon as I became the librarian, guess what they
Your
did?
evenings were free.
Well,
Ednet.
they made me bishop.
Oh. Yeah.
So the pressure was still.
Still weren't at home at night.
We're still engaged. So the poor woman had to sit, wait.
The story of my life.
She's so proud.
We better go, Dad.
Yep.
We've got kids on the loose and stuff. It's getting
Well, it's
dark.
fun to hear your life in 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so that happened,
Yeah.
and then we survived. So it went in segments like 10 years here, 10 years here, and 10 years here,
Yeah.
with a little break. Actually,
Yeah.
it's 11.
Well, I almost went into school,
Yeah. And
but
the
then
thing
real
is,
estate picked back up.
I don't regret it for this reason.
Yep.
Going back into school, had I stayed in private business, we would have been worse off unless we'd have really made some far-sighted decisions as far as
Retirement and all
retirement.
that. Right.
Because being in education, that created a base for retirement.
Yeah.
Even though when I left the college, I took out my retirement funds. When I went back into education, there's 20 years of retirement build
Right.
that helps us now, that makes it so that we're not in total poor.
Yeah. I think I figured out when I looked at the retirement's changed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
now it's probably not as good as it used to be, but
Yeah.
I think now it ends up being like $1,800 a month plus Social Security.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
so basically what I'm thinking is to equal that I've got to have investment properties.
Yeah.
You
I've got to create my own.
You need some stuff like Elmwood or something that you can
Don't
stand.
forget your noodles if you want 'em.
I do want them.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the evening and for
Yeah.
feeding us.
It was.
It's nice of you.
Yeah.
Grandpa got
Now, I have a guilt feeling.
What?
The guilt feeling is we cut up some of your finest standing carpet and moved it out of here. And you didn't say how much it was worth to you.